Enjoying a delicious cup of Brooklyn Bean Roastery coffee? Do you know the complex process that lies behind that single cup? Come on, let's find out. Modern coffee making was started by the Dutch in the East Indian port city of Java in the late 17th century. Today, after oil, coffee is the most traded commodity on Earth.
Wow!
Coffee is grown and produced all over the world, but the majority comes from a few countries. Coffee beans are actually the seeds from berries known as coffee cherries that, when dried, roasted, and ground, are used to brew coffee. Generally, it will take a coffee plant 3 or 4 years to produce coffee cherries. When those are bright red, they are ready to be picked, mostly by hand, by trained coffee farmers who can pick from 150 to 200 pounds of berries every day at their peak ripeness for flavor. After the picking, it's time to dry out the cherries. The freshly picked cherries are spread out on huge surfaces to dry in the sun. Cherries are raked and turned throughout the day, continuing for entire weeks, turning from berry to bean and dropping its moisture to an 11%. So those 200 pounds of berries will only turn into 20 or 40 pounds of coffee beans. The beans are now ready to be sorted. Beans are judged both by machine and hand for size and color or slight physical imperfections and sorted into different grades. Before the coffee beans are packaged, the coffee is tested for flavor. This process is called cupping, and the taster is usually called the cupper. A small portion of the beans are roasted, ground, and brewed at precise temperatures to be sampled by the cupper. An expert cupper can taste hundreds of samples of coffee a day and distinguish that minute difference between batches of beans. The coffees are evaluated for their natural base flavors, characteristics, and unique tastes, as well as establishing the proper roast for the specific bean. The beans are then shipped to the mills and roasters across the world that will roast, grind, and package the beans as quickly as possible to ensure its freshness when it reaches the customer. During the roasting process, the beans reach a very high temperature. They turn from green to an aromatic brown and begin to crack. This is what produces the different flavors, aromas, and intensities in the coffee we drink. The darker the roast, the heavier the flavor. After roasting, the beans are ready. How coarse or fine the coffee is ground depends on the brewing method. A perfect grind releases the most flavor from the bean. The goal of a proper grind is to get the most flavors in a cup of coffee. That is why it is best to package coffee immediately after it's ground, so it can be brewed fresh and enjoyed any time of the day. Now that you are a coffee expert, you can truly appreciate the quality and freshness in every cup of Brooklyn Bean Roastery coffee. Try Brooklyn Bean Roastery coffee. Why? Because we have great roasts and flavors that suit any taste or occasion. Take it from 3 guys from Brooklyn. This is really good coffee. It's as simple as that. Visit www.brooklynbeans.com and discover for yourself what you've been missing.